Well, we're going to discuss a rather important topic.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If it's your first time here, I'm the big fella with an over obsession of coffee. And if you like these sort of mugs, look up on here somewhere and you'll see Winky's little shop where she's supposed to be working and selling these sort of things. And she's shopping.
I'm not shopping.
You lying cow.
No, I'm not.
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway.
oh god.
Stop writing sex on here.
What? What, I want to have sex? Will you stop writing bloody shopping?
You love shopping.
You love sex? That isn't the subject we're discussing, by the way. Although it is the month of love. Coffee, sleep, sex,
Oh,
chat.
you've got it twice.
No, you rub the chat out. I'll be asleep after then. Sorry. Yesterday and earlier today, I did a trading videos as I often do, and I raised up the query about the way the industry is and how it's fixated on the money. And really, I think it should be fixated on the process. And the process is actually very simple. I don't like a lot of the terminology in the industry, simply because I think a lot of it bamboozles you. Talk about liquidity, order blocks, you know, all these different sort of silly terms that you hear. Then you start talking down the candlestick formation patterns. Is it a starburst? Is it a tombstone? Is it a doji? Is it a hammer? I think a lot of what happens in trading is lost in translation. And because I wasn't brought into this industry the way most of you guys are, and that is because you've seen some flashy lights and sort of saying, oh, you're going to turn a lot of money into, or a little money into a lot of money very quickly. And then suddenly you find it doesn't quite work like that. Now, there are shortcuts. You can use, say, a prop fund to help accelerate your own funds. Now, for me, I'm kind of stepping away from the prop industry in the sense that I get more reward from my own funds than I do prop, simply because I've already built my accounts. However, if I was starting out, I would be the other way around. I'd be looking at a decent prop firm to help accelerate my own funds, because the difference between the two of them is ultimately when you're a funded trader, you're always at the mercy of that company. Whereas if it's your own funds, you're only at the mercy of yourself. It's kind of two different mindsets, if you like. So that's something that I wanted to show, but I said something which has triggered a few people in a good way, by the way, not in a bad way, not like bloody Whimsome Wonder here.
What have I done wrong?
Well, if I say anything to you, you get triggered straight away. Does it involve suspenders?
You've got a one-track mind.
It's the month of love.
Oh, you remember that on the 14th.
Well, what? I've got to wait till the 14th.
Oh, that's Valentine's Day.
So that's Valentine's Day, birthday, and Christmas. This is getting old like shit. You pull your finger out. Otherwise, we'll have to reintroduce Swinger Sally, who's not looking very good at the minute. If you see the videos, sometimes we have an appearance by Swinger Sally. She hates it.
She's creepy.
She hates it.
She's creepy.
Well, we put a bikini on it. See? Put a bikini on it. Because when we took it on holiday, we thought it was the done thing to do. It's a running joke, actually. It's just something that we do that's a bit daft. That was for you, Steph. Hope you well, my kid. How's sexy Sharon? Is she still all right? Sorry, it's a private joke. Oh God, I'd love to have been in your house when your wife opened that present. Oh dear. Sorry. Anyway, I need a drink. I need a drink. Don't worry, big balls. Yours is on the way as well. Right.
You have a very weird sense of humour. Stop laughing.
Oh, I'm just thinking about that Yankee who had a heart attack when they saw the doll on the balcony.
That wasn't funny. Everyone was talking about it.
I thought it was lit. Sorry.
About the plastic doll sitting on the balcony. And they knew it was a doll because it didn't move, apparently.
Oh, dear me. Sorry.
Honestly, can't take you anywhere.
Oh, I've got the pub. I've had enough. Right, sorry. I triggered a few people because I said something. And what I said was the market will go up, down, nowhere. That is it. If you can recognise that, you're in with a shout. You genuinely are. So let me show you something. Now settle down a little bit. It's your bloody fault anyway.
It's your doll, not mine.
It's not my doll.
I didn't take it in my suitcase on holiday.
Fred.
Blow it up and put it on the balcony.
She was terrified in case customs saw. Anyway, if you have a basket of products, that's the US tech up in the top corner, but you can't really see it. You can have a look and see if there's anything can capture your imagination. Well, at the moment, we can see pretty much these lot are all coming into a cell. Up, down, nowhere. Well, if they're starting to move into cells in one thing and another, can this trigger your imagination? Well, it can. Now, earlier on today, we're looking at the FTSE in the group, and there is no levels there. So I marked it out and I showed them where it would come to. And sure enough, that's exactly what it's done. What are we looking at here? There's cable. It's been on a Murray run. Now it's found a level and it's stalling. So could that be pulling back on itself? Highly possible. We've got the DAX. It ran on a Murray run. Now it's coming back on itself because it's retracing. We've got the Euro doing the same thing. Had a Murray run up, found its point. Now it's coming back on itself. So can these start giving you opportunities to trade? Well, they can. Let me just sort of work something out for you. We'll just do it rough. What can we see? I think it is. Is it this that I want to have a look at? Give me a second. GU. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to pull this up simply because Big Balls here killed his short, realise a mistake and watch it reverse. Well, let's have a little look at this.
You ding dong!
Right. Daily. Let's get this out. Let's have a look, see what it's up to. Right. It's trading above yesterday. All right. So if it's trading above yesterday and it opened very high, it did slam down, did move up, but the premise is probably up. And you can kind of see that here. There is a trend line, if you want to call it that, holding upwards. Okay. We are looking at a solid candle. Where's the equilibrium in that? Again, equilibrium, it's another term that's used a lot. All it means is midpoint. Fancy word. So we'll just say looking for the middle. Well, again, yesterday I got above the midpoint and it's holding above it. Okay. So where is that in relation to a move behind it that's enclosing this price? Well, there's the move behind it. There's the 50% that it came to. And we know markets pushed to 50%. So it's a reasonable assumption that was going up rather than short. So you did the right thing in killing this thing off. But that's the big picture. What about the here and now? What is going on right now? Well, let's have a look. You've just seen me look close in on that based on that move. But that move is held inside of that move. And that move is held inside of this move, which is quite substantial. And that move here, if we scrunch this up, and this is where being able to go through multi-time frames is held inside of this move. So it's knowing which levels to look at as well. So you can see that that started there. I'll explain this in just a second. Okay. First candle of the move moving up. I know it wicked down, but it didn't close below. So that's the first candle, giving me some solid definitive levels. So we got one here. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting here a map on. And then I'm going to go down the chart and I'll read it for you as we are working. Okay. See, that's there. And I can see that that's up there. Right, get rid of that. Pull this back. Now look. Perfectly aligned to those stall points, holding above this. This is your trading arena. Okay. We're going to look to tighten this up on an hourly. Right. It's holding in there. That is a sustained move if I've ever seen one. Let's get a fib onto this. There. To there. Right. Holding above the 50. If it holds above the 50, it's going to push to the upper sections. Right. There. 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 So these are decent targets here. Gets underneath, it's here. But what about the state of it? How strong is this market? Is it strong enough to keep pushing, or is it going to retrace on itself? Well, we need to start figuring that out. Now, you can do that with simple indicators, like a Bollinger Band. What's this Bollinger Band telling you? It's not showing any signs of collapse at this moment, but it is pushing out. Okay, so that can tell you this could be on a holding point, or it could be this one that's a holding point. It's bending in, showing volumes collapsing, but that is still flaring up. Let's just step this back a second to see what the state of play is. Well, the state of play is coming from the bottom, moving into there. See that coming? That is pushing up, and there's plenty of room to get to the top. Come to the daily. It's telling you the same story. It has been to that extreme. It hasn't been up there. So it's been up, it's had a retracement, and now it's coming back. Next point of call, this moving average. Strong moving average to pay attention to. Come back to here. Well, it's broken that moving average. There's no reason it can't come down, bounce, and move back up. Down into the hourly. Well, it's showing you the same thing, holding here. Now, we can put a stress test on it. Now, a stress test is where you put on something to see how strong the trend can be. Now, if you just alter this, you may have seen this in some of my older videos, and it's certainly something that I use on a regular basis. It's a stress test. It's telling you the pressure is to the higher side. Okay. Okay. So as far as I'm concerned, I've now established I only want to buy it. All right, that's it. So that's what I've done with the hourly. Now I want to know, not only do I want to buy it, when do I want to buy it? That's the kicker. That's where this will become a little bit more, how should we put this? Harder. Right. So if I've got this figured out, just take that Bollinger Band off for a second. I've worked that out. I can see this. Well, if that's topping out and it's coming back on itself, I'm just going to use a fib for a second. Start there. As long as that doesn't breach there, I now have buying points. Well, so it's that. Not a million miles away. Okay. Right. 15 minutes. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Right. That's an interesting candle, isn't it? Zoom, zoom. What happened? Well, let's have a little look at it, shall we? From the top to the bottom. It's actually still in play. And it's testing these. Interesting. But it's only 15 minutes. So I wouldn't really worry about it. But when you see things like that, you want to see how it's made up. What the market reacted to it afterwards. Well, you can see it came up, stalled bang on this level, stalled on this level. Kind of here, got down to the 38 to the pip. Interesting level. Very, very interesting candle. So if this is coming down, these now become points of attraction. So you can start following the price when it breaks through. Now, let me just check a couple of things. And I'll take you further into this little rabbit hole. Okay, that's pushing down. So what we can do now, for all it to buy, if I want to be looking for a good place of entry, I want it to be down pretty far. Okay, so my first point would be here. So I'll just drop an order on it. And then just let it play out. And I'm going to have another comedy fit. Because no doubt the little Winky will be kicking off.
I haven't done anything.
She's good, isn't she? She's really good. Right, so that's there. Okay, so why there? Well, that's quite a logical point. Let's just drop on the bolly a second. It's kind of here, you know, the bottom side of the bolly where it's at. In fact, I could even push it down as far as here. Just sort of. There's a barrier point. So maybe say there, and then look to target back to the top of here. I can also put an order on there. So if it does turn around before it gets here, picks it up and orders. This is what's called sandwiching trades. Now a sandwich trade is quite a good trade because you've got both bites of the cherry. How does that work? Well, very simple. Off that order to get to there. If it doesn't get picked up and it picks this one up first, great. You know, you're just looking at the oscillation, but it's safe because it's built inside the Bollinger Band. And that's it. You build your premise up. You look for reasonable points of attraction where you think the market might get to. It's actually on the wrong level. It should be on this level here. Oh shit. Drop. Might let me. There we are. There we go. Right, so that one's in. Okay, so I want to know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take that away and I'm going to put these on key points of attraction, which is there. I'm going to put another one here, another one there. You might hold a little bit of heat if it comes down, but you're putting it in the face of an upward move. Now, if we push that to the upper limits, and you can start having a look at what you get. They're big numbers. You know, it's £171 for what is not essentially a big move. Put 5 in. All right. So just let that run around. Now, one of the issues with trading on a small time frame is you might think, oh, it's rolling over, I've got to go with the rollover. It's not really telling you a lot. What you want to be going with is look out here. And now look, it's a different dynamic altogether. If that's only pulling back against that, because that is predominantly green, that's going to start looking for higher levels. And those higher levels are around here. For no other reason than that's a clear swing point. And the market will gravitate to swing points. Because what's on a swing point? A solid level. And if I just put a level across that, it'll highlight something. So from there, just sort of highlight that nice and thick. That swing is perfectly aligned to that swing. So you can see the rounded retests. Well, if that's coming up, it'll look for this and then move down. If it's moving down, it'll do the same thing. It'll look for the bottom of this. If it can't hold on to that, it'll look for the bottom of this, and so forth, till the cycle runs out, and then it'll come back up, and it'll look for the tops of these. And it's what the markets do. They move backwards and forwards. But you always align yourself with the prevailing trend that you can see. And at the moment, I see up. So let's run this one out a little bit and see how well it gets on. I've done okay the last few days, as you can see. It's had quite a good time. This morning I did okay with euro pound. So what have I got? I've only got to do 90 quid and I've got £200 for today. So really I only need to get it to about excuse me. So if I just mark that up as say 100 quid, that's as far as I need to get it. You know, so why would I do that? Why wouldn't I be greedy? Because I don't need to be. Greed will be the root of all evil. And once you're greedy, you start getting hungry. When you get hungry, you overtrade. You make mistakes. You lose your money. I'd rather get in, get paid, and bagger off. And that'll be no then.
What? What's the matter now?
There's no point asking. I'm old. Is it because when I take my clothes off, you just laugh?
I don't laugh.
Yeah, you do. You laugh at us all the time.
I don't.
She come in the bedroom the other day singing bloody lip up fatty, the cow. I don't come into your bloody bedroom and say, well, it's not your bedroom, it's our bedroom, because we share bedroom. We're old school. I don't come in calling you a stick insect.
Yes, you do.
Well, I do actually, yeah. Right, let's play this out. See you in a bit. Okay, boys and girls, I should have hit my salary now. I was a little bit peeved because I did a quick calculation and I was about £5 off. Killer. But the volume was still there. There was enough to get maybe 5 pips, 6, 7, something like that. Popped it in, took the trade, and I was right to kill it because it's now starting to reverse. But that's more experience of knowing what you're doing, and I don't recommend going back in if you've just come out. Not unless you can see it. Anyway, let's have a little look. So I was a bit peeved at that because I got up to 188 and I thought, shit, I can't do this for a tenner. She'll kick off. What a day. And while we were having the speedy bit and sort of having a bit of flority, she started kicking off because apparently I'm rude. I'm not allowed to be rude anymore. Apparently it's embarrassing. Is that right?
Well, you keep writing things on the board.
Well, so do you.
I didn't write that.
I didn't write anything.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. I drew it.
Well, you wrote something as well.
Right. Sorry. We're having a great day today, so I'll do this properly. 26.50. Let me calm myself down a second, girl, will you? 13.50. 48.80. 59. 20.50 plus 30.50. Right, 2.15. I'm happy now. I'm happy. Well, I'm almost happy. Isn't my birthday yet? Fucking frigid cow.
April.
No wonder I'm always on the point of bursting, boys and girls. Right, now when you look at this, you might look at it and think it's loads and loads of trades. It's actually not. That was a single trade. All them 4 positions, because it's from a single idea. I knew where the entry was, I knew where the pain threshold was, and I knew where the upper point was, but I work to the bit in the middle. So whatever I get kind of there, that's what I'm after. I did the same with this, and this. So I'm quite happy with how I've done it. Now I could have held on, got a bit more, but I'm not worried as long as I'm paid. And that's the thing. When you come to do your trades, we are here to be paid, and you want to be paid in the safest way possible. If you push it out too much, you'll it's the straw that breaks the donkey's back, and that's what I'm trying to emphasize in these videos at the moment. Don't stress yourself too much, keep it simple. Look for an idea. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it going nowhere? If it's going nowhere, don't bother trading it. Is the movement in it? Find it through strength. Strong currency against a weak currency. Is there movement? Yes. Right. Which way is that movement going? Well, the predominant trend in this case is to the upper side, the trend of the moment. Because you've got a deep trend, you've got the day trend or the mid trend, and then you've got the moment trend. 3 of them. What's the difference? High time frame will tell you what the big boys is doing. The mid trend will tell you what's happening today, and then the moment trend will tell you how to get in. Simple process, power of 3. And you see me do it day in, day out. And if you know what you're looking for, this job genuinely is a piece of piss. However, if you let this take over the mindset of greed, overtrading and gambling, then it's the hardest job in the world. A little bit like marriage. You find somebody you love and you can sync with and you understand their mood swings, etc. You have a wonderful life. You get married to a psychopath, then every day is a roller coaster and you don't know whether you're going to get stabbed or not. It's kind of why I've got a scar across here.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
She hurt me, boys and girls. She hurts me all the time.
I did not.
Go, please hurt me. Go on, hurt me.
Give us your wallet.
Yeah, you'll be bloody right. She does it all. Every time. You're doing it again.
I'm not doing anything.
You're meant to be working.
I am.
Well, what's that? Tell the truth.
It's a house.
It's a house. No worries. Well, in fairness, yes, we are house hunting at the moment. So I'll let her off on that one. She's been working really hard today, as have I. So if you're stuck, I'm very easy found. Do keep your trades simple as possible. Go down in the description. You'll see loads of different links. As I was alluding to in sort of many of the videos, do look at prop funds. The company of choice is 5%ers, simply because they are fair. And if you want to try it, there's a 5% discount off there that they've kindly given me for you guys. There's also a link to my preferred broker, which is BlackBull. And again, you'll get free education. And then there's links to myself. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.